Hey guys, welcome back. So maybe you're thinking about buying a house this year in 2023. We're coming to an end of the first quarter of 2023. We're here in March and we've got spring and summer coming up. So great time to start looking. It tends to be more busier during that time of the season for first-time home buyers and for sellers. So just got some things I wanted to talk to you guys about, some tips that maybe might help you out to get ready. So if you guys want to grab a cup of coffee or tea or your favorite beverage, go ahead and grab something and let's get started. So like I was saying, maybe you're thinking about buying a house this spring coming up or summer of 2023 or just in this year in general, or you're getting ready to buy sometime in the next year or two. It's always a good practice to kind of start getting ready, get your get a plan together, right? So I'm a big planner as far as making big purchases of this sort. So a couple of stats I kind of want to throw out to you right now. So here in the Los Angeles area, we have about 3 months of inventory, which is pretty low. So it does signal a seller's market. I believe with interest rates being so high, we've got a lot of buyers that are just kind of waiting on the sidelines to see if those interest rates kind of go down. As far as selling prices go in the Los Angeles area right now, you're looking at about average at about 1.18 million. San Bernardino County, you're looking at about 550. And that's just the medium price. So it's not to say that every house in those counties are selling for that, but just to kind of give you a general idea. So like I said, I kind of threw out some stats there, but let's get straight into some tips, right? So tip number one would be your home payment, right? So what are you looking for? What do you tend to think when you're thinking about a mortgage payment? So I personally like to be aggressive, just to give myself some cushion, because you want to be able to make that payment. You don't want to go into buying a house or owning a house and just stressing about that mortgage payment, right, on a monthly basis, because this is something that's going to last 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and it's a big commitment. So be on the aggressive side. You don't have to. That's just my approach. Just kind of think in that sense, what can I afford? What would feel comfortable? And just know, just in time, you will adjust to that payment. Career might change, income's going to change. Maybe you're going from single to married. Just different things in life will change, and interest rates will change. That's probably the biggest thing right now that everybody's thinking about. So you'll be able to refinance, your income's going to go up, your career is going to change. So all those factors in time will help you adjust to your mortgage payment. So keep that in mind as you're shopping and kind of thinking about what can I afford, right? And some of the other things that I've spoken to about, so in the past, would be talking to a professional, right? So talking to a professional mortgage loan officer or broker, seeing where you're at. They could tell you more or less where you're going to be, right? So I know a lot of times right now, a lot of our banks or just a lot of different institutions will offer us our FICO scores. So what you really want to do is get with the professional who's going to be able to run your credit. And I know you're thinking, oh my God, I want to run my credit. It's gonna put a dink in it. But honestly, in order for them to do their job to help you better understand where you're at, you're going to have to give and take some, right? And it's actually a good thing, because even though you might be ready to buy now, you might find out that maybe it's going to be better to wait a couple of months, maybe a year, or maybe you're thinking, I can't buy anything now. But once you guys sit down, you guys talk, and you find out that maybe you are capable of buying a house now, right? So just kind of consider your FICO score and talking to a professional. So I always advise everybody, whether you're thinking about buying now or later, to actually talk to a professional. Get with somebody who's going to be able to walk you through the process, kind of give you a step-by-step and help you out and set a plan. Biggest thing right there is set a plan. So my third step would be debt, right? I'm sure a lot of us have it, some of us don't, but going into buying a house, you want to be as transparent as possible with your mortgage lender, the professional. They're there to help you out. You can just let them know, hey, listen, I'm thinking about buying a car. maybe we have some student loan debt. You know, it's going to help them set you up for success, right? So they might advise you on what to do, what not to do. And as time goes on, as you're going through this process too, you're going to be able to maybe pay down some debt. So maybe you're not going to be able to buy right now in this moment, but maybe 6 months to 9 months. And as you're shopping with a professional, looking at houses, getting ideas of what you're looking for, what areas and stuff, you're going to be able to start paying down some of that debt. So like I said, talking to a lender, it's going to help you out. You're going to have a plan. You're going to see where you're at, and you just kind of go from there. And with the two, your agent and your loan officer talking, communicating with you and to them with themselves, it's going to set you up for success. Okay, so kind of consider that. And then the fourth thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm actually looking at my notes because I wrote these things down, is your down payment. So honestly, down payments right now are not, they are a big difference, but not too much of a difference in this market right now because there's so many programs to try to get buyers to start buying homes. I've seen people come in with 5%, 3%, 10%, 20%, some 80%. Of course, we got our cash buyers, so it doesn't really matter what kind of down payment they have. But for you, if you're watching this video, you're probably a first-time home buyer. You're just trying to see, like, what do I do? How does this work? Again, talking to your lender, talking to your agent, they're going to be able to help you find those programs that some of these cities and some of these federal government programs might help out. So again, you're not really going to not to say you don't want to be too concerned with your down payment, but there's so many programs to help you out with down payments right now. One of the things that you do want to consider is closing costs, because that's something that's going to come out of your pocket. And kind of like one of the last things that I like to say is don't spend all your money on a house. All right. Don't go through all your savings. I personally don't recommend that because there's several reasons for that reason. One, you buy the house, you know, emergencies come up, right? Murphy's Law. If something's bound to happen, it's going to happen when you least expect it. And if you spent all your money on a house without any savings, you are going to possibly be in trouble. And now your dream of owning a home has become a nightmare. You don't want that. So I always suggest having a 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Depending on your expenses, you're going to figure that out on your own because everybody's different. Just kind of give you an example. There was a buyer who bought a house. Everything worked out. They qualified. They bought the house. The mortgage payment was reasonable for them and stuff. And then about a month or two after that, they lost their job, right? But they weren't in trouble just for the fact that they were able to save. They had an emergency fund and they were able to make those mortgage payments to survive. And within a couple of months or weeks, they were able to get another job. So, you know, just like anything in life, you want to be prepared for the unknown, and everything that we plan on. One thing you can do, one thing is for sure, your plan is probably not going to plan out. So that's for sure. But anyhow, point being is, as a first-time home buyer, it's exciting, it's scary, it's very emotional. But the first thing you want to do is get with a lender and a real estate agent. You can call me at 626-533-2533. If you have any questions, I would love to help you out. I actually have a lender here. That's my partner. He does loans, and I always recommend him. He's really good, and we could actually help you guys out. So if you guys are interested, feel free to give me a call. Down below in the description, I'm going to have my information. I'll have his information. And yeah, so looking forward to hearing from you guys. Please leave any comments down below. If you like, please like and subscribe. Share this with your friends and your family. And basically, we're just here to help you guys out, right? So it's not going to hurt you to call or send me a text or anything like that. Be happy to help you guys out. So thank you guys. Have a great one. See you next time. Cheers.